Hi, I'm Elena. I'm the Mommy Tantrum Specialist and the founder of the Zen Supermom, where we help busy moms and dads who are super loving and with super good intentions. They just don't know how to make their kids listen without yelling. So then they end up actually being the first bully of their children, which is what I realized I used to do with my daughter. So let's talk about it. Let's take a deep breath. Let's talk about it. How do we protect our kids from bullies? Because yes, it starts at home. Yes, it does. And I see this again, the inspiration for this podcast episode, as always, it's coming from all the women who come and ask for help. So everybody coming from the Mommy Tantrum training. By the way, if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely register. Because that's where I explained from the beginning, how come your kids are not listening to you? How come you need to start yelling? And how come you cannot control that anger from vomiting it out and exploding on your kids, even though like it hurts you feel so guilty and ashamed for doing that. So that's what we do in the Mommy Tantrum training. Now, what I usually hear there from women coming there, when they hear me talk about my story, how painful it was when I realized I used to be my daughter's first bully, that's where I start getting their attention. So my goal is not to make you feel even more guilty than you already are. However, you need to understand this is a pattern that didn't start with your kids. It didn't start with you even. It didn't start all the way back then. There is a reason. There is a reason why parents are not able to control their anger. And it has all to do with them. So just like it was not your parents' fault, whatever they did to you. But I'm now going very fast, okay? By the way, I'm skipping through all the explanations that you get at the Mommy Tantrum training. But this is the reason why you became the bully of your children. Because that's what bullies do. That's what I used to do. I used to feel so much out of control. I felt so much pain in not being able to do it all when I became a mom. I had all of these big expectations of myself, of what I should do as a good mom. And then on top of that, not just the mom, not just taking care of my daughter, but doing everything else that I was doing already before, that my life was full already before I became a mom. And the fact that my daughter, I start seeing her as the reason why I cannot have it. And no matter how good I try to be as a mom, how gentle, like all this gentle parenting, attachment parenting, you're reading all the books that are telling you how you should do it different than your parents, and you're like, oh, totally makes sense, I want to do that. But then because our childhood was different, our parents didn't teach us how to do it, then there's this disconnect, and there's like, I don't want to yell like my mom, but how the do I make it happen? Because this book just makes me feel more and more guilty that I can't do that. I know I should be the nice and patient, calm mom, but I can't. This pain made me feel like there's something fundamentally wrong with me. I can't make it happen. I can't do it all. And I can't make my daughter obey and listen to me without yelling at her, because she's not. She was 2 years old, and I started already feeling powerless because she had her mindset and she wanted to do her things at her pace. And logically, theoretically, from watching all these parenting stuff, reading all these books, I knew she was perfectly normal. That's what she was supposed to do. Take her time, play. But then I was like, how do I make her? Like, I need to be getting to places on time. I need to be doing things, not just taking care of her. On top, I had just one child and I felt so much out of control. Like my whole entire life exploded and nothing got done. So I was like, this is not possible. I need to put her in some frame. Things need to be happening. So this pain I was feeling of not being able to do that, I then started projecting on her. I was like, right now, I need to get out. You have to stop playing. And so if you cannot be playing, then I'm going to get so angry and it's going to be your fault. And so then you are finally going to feel the pain that I feel. That's what bullies do, right? Only hurt people hurt others. No bully is a happy person. Like, everything is going on so well in my life and I'm so happy I woke up in such a great mood today and I just love the world and I love my life. Let me hurt somebody. No. Bullies are essentially people who are feeling in so much pain. They feel so much out of control about their own lives That's why the only thing they can control is giving pain to somebody else. This is, take it or not, like this is my version of like my explanation, psychological explanation of how bullying works, knowing that firsthand, which is how I turned into a bully. And I bullied the person I would give my life for, which is the most like effed up thing in the world, right? Like I sacrificed so much to give life to this baby, and then it's me who's hurting her the most. How effed up this is, right? Then, why am I talking to you about this? Because this is then the cycle that continues. Once your kid has been a victim of your own bullying, then what happens is they don't stop loving you, they will stop loving themselves. And they will feel like mommy's right. I'm a bad kid because I make her angry. I make her cry. I ruin it all. I'm not good enough. I'm not fast enough. I will never be. There will always be something wrong with me. Mommy is right. There's something wrong with me. And those are the kids. Then they have low self-esteem, low self-confidence. And they are like, mentally, their self-esteem is broken. And there's no amount of psychologists, counselors, not in their childhood, not in their adulthood. Nobody will ever tell them, no, you're not. Nobody will ever be able to cheer them up enough to erase this belief from their nervous system. Okay? Those are the kids that the predators look for. All those sick, toxic people who are then like serious bullies at school, teenagers, first relationships, first loves. They are looking for victims like this. They are looking for people with low self-confidence, low self-esteem, who don't feel they are good enough because they are the easiest victims. They will not put up a fight when they hurt them. They will not tell anybody. They will be easy to be manipulated and frightened and silenced so that the abuse can keep going on. And if you have been, I hope not, but I know there will be many of you listening to me who have been a victim of some serious abuse in your life. Because I meet these women, I meet women like you every day, every week. I meet you. I'm talking to women who tell me, like, yes, it's not about like, I'm yelling at my kids and I'm so angry and I'm in so much pain because I was in a toxic relationship with my ex and it's his fault as well. He's yelling on the kids and yada-da-da-da-da. And my job is to show them it did not start there. It's not your abusive ex's fault. Not defending him, of course he did. Of course, there's like plenty of stuff he did wrong. But that's not where it started for you. Then they tell me, okay, so yeah, I was bullied at school. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry it happened to you. A lot of pain. Sure. And also, it is not the fault of the bullies that bullied you at school. And I take them all the way back to their childhood. Who was your first bully at home? Who was the first person in your life who made you feel not respected, who made you feel not heard, not seen, like you didn't matter? Whatever you needed, too bad, suck it up. Because I'm here, I'm the parent, I decide it has to be my way and you just get along. And if you have a problem with it, go to your room because I don't want to see your angry, crying, sad face, whatever. You come back when you're a happy kid who's ready to say yes the first time I ask. That's who your first bully was. Does that make sense? And that's the root of the snowball that went with you as you were growing up. That's why the kids picked up on you in school and you were a victim of school bullying. Because kids can smell it.